Americans, well, we're a pretty simple bunch of people. We're not the kind of people who ask questions, right? We're the kind of people that if the FBI says Tyler Robinson did it, well, Tyler Robinson did it. End of story, right? Americans aren't the sharpest tool in the shed, if you ask me, you know. We're a pretty simple bunch. So if you tell us that 1 + 1 is 3, we'll say, oh, shucks, you know. Guess we'll have to take out some loans and go to elementary school, you know. The billionaires are good people. You know, you got people like Joe Biden, the Auto Pen, and Larry Ellison, and Donald Trump, and it's all the same fucking shit, right? The billionaire class, you know, the ruling class, they're trying to enslave humanity. They're trying to enslave the population, and I think that's pretty positive because I'm a simple American, so I'm not going to dig deeper for the truth or anything like that. I'm not going to try to expose the truth. I'm not going to fight. I'm just going to be happy about it. So keep feeding me pharmaceutical drugs because it's working pretty good, you know. It's really slowing me down and it's working really good on me. And when it comes to Tyler Robinson, well, Tyler Robinson definitely fucking did it, you know. When you're watching the video, you see the guy with the sunglasses right in the front, right? And he's tapping his shoulder, either giving a signal or pressing a detonator right as it happens, right? And then you see the other guy, he jumps over the rail, he grabs something off Charlie, and then he hands it off and runs out of there. But after watching that, I believe what the FBI says, because as far as Erika Kirk is concerned, yeah, she's a real trustworthy woman. I look at Erika Kirk, and I say, wow, look at her. Just a normal woman mourning the loss of her husband, right? She's a widow with 2 kids. Wow, what a shame, you know? What a fucking shame, right? I love the American people, and I trust the government, and I don't know shit about what really happened to my fucking husband, right? There's nothing to see here, right? There's no secret motives, and there's no story to trace, right? Open and shut case. It was Tyler Robinson, end of story, right? Because that's our FBI, and we can trust our government, and we can trust our institutions. And the other day, somebody was trying to have a debate with me, and he said that he trusts Putin more than he trusts our own government. And I got fucking pissed at that, and I fucking jumped over the table, and I grabbed his fucking shirt like this. I grabbed his fucking shirt, and I said, say that again, you know, because to me, that's treason, right? To me, that's treason, but the people in our government, they're not committing treason. These are good people, right? Yeah, the people in our government, they're not committing treason at all. Nope. But it's okay because they're trying to enslave the population, and that's not treason either. No, that's not treason. But that's alright. That's what America's about now. America is just a simple bunch of people, you know, mindless, brainless people who don't want the truth, who don't care about the truth, who will just believe anything that you tell them, right? Let's say that you're a father. Let's say that you're the oldest male in your family, right? You're in charge. You're the patriarch, right? And whatever you say goes, right? You're the boss. And everybody has to listen to you, you know? But let's say that you're also a fucking piece of shit, too, you know? Yeah, let's say that you're a fucking piece of shit dad, and you have lots and lots of kids. What's gonna happen, you know? Your kids are gonna start to resent you. They're not gonna trust you. They're gonna secretly resent you. And that resentment is going to build over the years. And one day, your kids aren't going to give a fucking shit about you, right? When we're all living under your household, right? Because as an American citizen, well, we're living under the household of the ruling class. The people like Larry Ellison, the people with the auto pen, you know? The people who are worth $350 billion, right? And these are the people who have really close ties to a small country, right? I trust the FBI more than my own eyes. Yeah, so when I see something like a guy in sunglasses hitting the fucking signal, or a guy jumping over the rail, grabbing something, handing it off, and running out of there. When I see Erika Kirk doing this, right? I just wait for what the FBI tells me, because I know that the FBI and the government, well, they have my full trust and the trust of the American people, yep. So I just want to come on here today and let everybody know to drop the conspiracies, right? It was Tyler Robinson, right? Tyler Robinson did it, and if the billionaires who are running the country, well, if they want to enslave the population, no problem, I'll go along with it. Yeah, I'll go along with it, and I'll be happy about it. So, it's like right now, I'm paying my college loans, and I should be grateful for that, you know. I should be grateful that I'm paying college loans and not elementary school loans, because, let me tell you something. One day, you're going to be paying elementary school loans, and guess what? They're going to be teaching you that 1 + 1 is 3. Yeah. One day, you're going to be paying elementary school loans to learn what they want you to fucking learn. And it's not going to matter if it's true or not, because, well, if you're seeking the truth, right? If you're trying to expose the truth, well, you're being a naughty fucking American. Yep, you're being pretty fucking naughty, and, one day that's not going to be allowed, because you got to be a good slave. After Charlie Kirk passed away, I felt pretty bad for fucking Erika Kirk, yeah. I felt pretty bad, and this is how I tell people that I love them, you know. I go right up to them, I put this in their fucking face just like that, and I say, what's the problem? I just want to let you know that I love you. What's the problem, you know? And if I was up there on stage with Donald Trump whispering in his ear, I would have done this. You know, I would have done this to let everybody know that I'm grieving. And when it comes to Erika Kirk, there's nothing to see there, right? She has no past and no history, right? Nothing suspicious at all about her. I think she's just a regular widow with 2 kids, mourning her husband, you know, like a normal person would, because Erika Kirk is a totally normal person, right? This whole situation isn't suspicious at all, you know. I think it's pretty cut and dry. I think it's just what the FBI tells us, right? It was Tyler Robinson, a fucking 22-year-old kid, and his dad was a fucking minister, you know. Pretty simple fucking story, and that's what I believe, right? I believe Donald Trump, and I believe the institutions and the agencies, right? Because I'm a good American. I stand for my fucking country and my leadership. And if my leadership wants to enslave the population and take away my rights, I stand with them, because I bleed red, white, and blue. And, well, apparently, if you bleed red, white, and blue, well, then you openly accept treason, right? Because all of this shit is fucking treason at the end of the day, but that's alright. That's alright, guys. We're having fun, and we're making money. We like our institutions. We like banks. We like the financial system. We like the Fed. We like the military-industrial complex. We like the healthcare system, the pharmaceutical system, the education system, the government, the Congress, the media, the assassinations, the foreign influence, right? All this stuff. We're big fans of it. All this stuff is pretty good. And all this stuff is serving the best interests of the American people, right? So no problem, guys. Send me a bill, right? Send me a bill for my elementary school. Send me a bill for my middle school. Send me a bill for my high school, right? And I'll just pay all of it, you know, no problem, because I learned a lot in school. I learned a lot, and I got really educated about the United States and about the history of this country. And because what's important is politics, power, making money, lying to the American people. So that's important. So no problem, guys. The FBI is telling the truth. Tyler Robinson did it, guys. Tyler Robinson did it. Never mind the guy with the sunglasses. Never mind the fucking commotion, the fucking distractions, right? Never mind that fucking old guy trying to make a diversion. There was a lot of fucking shady shit happening, right? But the most shady thing of all was Tyler Robinson was fucking running across the roof. Yeah, it must have been him. Must have been him. So, and poor Erika Kirk, you know, yeah. Poor Erika Kirk, a fucking poor thing, you know. She's probably really crying herself to sleep at night, I'm sure. And those kids, you know, yeah, daddy went on a fucking long vacation to see God, right? Yeah, that's where I fucking went. I represent most of the American people, right? Just simple, dumb, happy, content, just ready and willing to go along with whatever the billionaires say, right? Because Larry Ellison, that's my fucking president, right? Yeah, Larry Ellison had the fucking order pen, and he was signing off on a lot of fucking things, right? Yeah, he was signing off on a lot of things, and this kind of stuff gets me pretty excited, you know, gets me revved up, because the way I see it is that we still live in a patriarchy, right? And we know who our fucking daddy is, right? Daddy Warbucks. We can still look up, and we can still see the American flag, right? The red, white, and the blue. And America has fathered many sons, but the problem is that if your dad is a fucking piece of shit, well, you're going to start to resent him, right? And over the years, you're going to resent him more and more. You know, at some point, that resentment is going to build. You're going to lose trust. You're going to lose respect. And one day, things are going to come back around, right? If you're a citizen of this country, if you're one of America's children, the person who rules over this household, you can see that he's a mad king, that he's a piece of shit, that he's a betrayer, that he's committed treason. And then you'll have to ask yourself what your duty is. Do you have a priority to country or to family? And are these one and the same? Because maybe they're not, right? It's no longer family when treason and betrayal are involved. And that's what we're seeing here, and that's why I want to speak to the American people. Because right now, all of America's children have a duty to stand up to whatever's happening right now. To stand up against the war, and to stand up against the enslavement of the population, fascism, and the fall of democracy, and for the destruction of freedom of speech, all of these things. The broken system, the lies, the betrayal, and the treason. You can see that the FBI, all of our institutions, well, they're not functioning, they're corrupt. The FBI is corrupt, plain and simple. Because anyone can look at the footage of the assassination and we can conclude that whatever the FBI is saying is not true. Pretty simple if you ask me, but like I said, Americans are pretty simple people, right? Yeah, we're easy to fool. We'll go along with it as long as you give us some money, but we're not seeing any money, so it's just like elementary school, right? But the problem is, you didn't bring enough to bribe the whole class, right? Yeah, there's a lot of us who aren't seeing any fucking money from this, so that's alright. That's alright. We believe a lot of stuff, yeah. We believe a lot of fucking stuff. That's true. That's true, at least. And I think it's pretty positive that someone who is a patriot is going to be okay with enslaving the population with this shift that we're seeing from democracy to fascism, right? Because American people are dumb and we can't see what's really going on. What we see is what they tell us on the media and what the FBI tells us. That's what we see, right? That's what we fucking see, so no problem about that, guys. No problem. I might just make my videos blindfolded from now on, right? Because I can't fucking see the truth. I know the truth is here somewhere, but I can't fucking see it because they've succeeded in blindfolding me. That's the fucking problem here, you know? And it's like once you take the blindfold off, you still can't fucking see, right? Yeah, because you're an American and you don't know the truth. You don't care about the fucking truth as long as the financial system's working right, as long as you're getting some fucking money. That's what you fucking care about. So the reason why I wanted to make this video today is just to say that Tyler Robinson's innocent, to say that we're all America's children here, and to point out if your dad's a fucking piece of shit, to point out that maybe you're going to become resentful about it, right? And maybe things will come back around one day. I wanted to talk about the FBI, the institutions, and the fact that we're paying for college loans, we're getting ripped off, but no problem. Let's pay for elementary school too, you know, because the education system, well, that's pretty strong, you know. And once the billionaires succeed in their plan to enslave the population, well, you will be paying for elementary school, right? And they're going to be teaching you that 1 + 1 is 3. They're going to be teaching you a false history, right? They're going to rewrite all the fucking history books. And that's the world you're going to be living in, guys. So keep investing, keep making money, right? Because it's your fucking children who are going to have to live in this fucking world. Yep, your children. So keep popping them out. Keep popping out slaves for the next fucking generation, right? Because America is going to need a lot of slaves. I mean, children. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of children to build up this country. The future's looking real bright. The banks, the billionaires, the systems, the institution, the educational system, the media, Oracle, fascism, the surveillance state, the leadership, the government, the foreign countries, the military-industrial complex, the pharmaceutical countries. We're looking at some pretty bright days ahead, guys, and I'm really excited to just be an average, simple, stupid American who doesn't give a shit about the truth, right? Who doesn't give a shit about the truth. That's the kind of person I am. Perfect American, right? Yep. Perfect, mentally stable American. That's me. That's me. So Palantir, all the fascist people in our government, right? All of the people committing treason in broad daylight. No problem, guys. No problem. Nobody's going to stop you. The FBI is definitely not going to stop you, right? Because the FBI will lie right to your face, right? Because the FBI is telling you that Tyler Robinson did it. Yep. Tyler Robinson did it, and after watching all the footage, yep, I think that's pretty obvious. Tyler Robinson definitely fucking did it. Yep. So guys, I know I'm the fucking problem, right? Because people in the comments, they'll say, you're the fucking problem, but, I don't know what these people are thinking, to be quite honest with you, you know. I don't know if these people have a lot of brain cells, to be honest with you, but, we'll see, guys, because like I said, I think I represent a lot of American people, people who are simple, people who like to be enslaved, people who don't care about the truth, people who don't care about American history, people who don't care about the flag, people who don't care about virtue, honor, integrity, the law, the system, our founding fathers, and everything that stuff stands for, right? People who don't care about the red, white, and blue, people who don't care about our institutions like the FBI doing their fucking jobs, right? There's a lot of people out there like me, you know, people who don't care. People who don't care about the country they're living in. People like me, well, we see somebody like Larry Ellison, who's worth $350 billion, who has close ties to another fucking country, right? Yep, he's in charge. The auto pen, all the stuff, right? That's what we like. We like treason, so put that in your fucking history book, you know? Put that in your history book, so that's all I have to say about today, and I'll talk to you guys soon.